terrorists. We're not no gangsters. We revolutionaries. And that's how we rock.
Tell what's going on with your hair. I can't be my honey baby unless you like living alone with a bear. Roar. Best way to get back at the whores they been poor. Go to jail for a couple years and come back cocky like you been on tour. I got my passport. I've been to Iowa, life in corporate store. I don't have rights.
Oh, event rules of engagement 2414. We're in the building. As you know, it's your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappuccino, sitting right here on the red couch, man, with one and another, man, my partner, man, a good brother, man, a great king, man. Listen, talented, extraordinary, man. Let me see. Let me holler off his resume real quick. Actor, comedian, writer, content creator, man. Feel me? Hey, he goes in, man. And shout out to Big Job, man. Official Mink, the whole crew, man, the whole camp, man. I can't wait to get to work, man, with the fellas, man. Hey, listen here, man. I brought Craig in. It's been kind of overdue. I did his show, so it's only right he come on and do rules of engagement to give my people something good, man. So we're going to sit down on the couch Friday and chill with Craig, man. And you know how I do. I'm going to dig in. We're going to start from start to finish, you guys. So don't go nowhere. Stay glued to your seat. You tapped in, you buzzed in right now to your favorite show, your favorite growing show that is, riveting, hot podcast show around. Rules of engagement, man. Go tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. And don't forget, push that like, share, subscribe button, man. See, what's up, man? Give me some, homie.
What's happening,
How
man?
you do, man?
Oh,
How
man,
you been?
Man, blessed, man. How you been?
We on our main camera right there. That's our main camera. And we live we in 5 different directions with this thing, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we hot over here, man. We hot.
Hell yeah.
We're in 5 different directions with it, man.
Sure.
Yes, sir. So, Craig, I like to start my show off and give my supporters and subscribers out there something as far as in terms in the beginning, when you're looking at an interview and you're watching individuals, most of the time people come in and tune right in on something that has already been started, probably 5 minutes into the show, 10 minutes in the show, so they miss things. So they got to go back and rewind. Right. So what I like to do is to make sure they don't miss anything, even if they rewind and have to go back and recapture. Yeah. I start from the beginning. So where were you descended? Where were you born?
Man, I'm from Pasadena, California. Born in Huntington Memorial Hospital, February 4th, 1982, man.
Pasadena, the Dana. Shout out to the Dana, man. A very historical town, man. Very historical, chipped off from Los Angeles County, man. Very, very historical town, man, within itself. Very historical. So from Pasadena, grew up, born and raised, from a young kid.
Yeah, born. I moved around a lot, though. I done lived in Detroit. I done lived in the IE. You know what I'm saying? I done been a few different places, man. So born and raised in a few different places, but I'm from Pasadena, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you roamed around the IE.
Right.
Okay. So let's dig into your childhood stage for a minute. So coming up in Pasadena, let's say during the ages between 8 to 11, 12 years old, youngin', what was some of your favorite things to do during that time? Because Pasadena, I said, it's a very historical town. Right. And it's considered from us, from Los Angeles, coming from the poverty-stricken areas of Los Angeles, from South Central, Watts, Compton areas. And we always looked at Pasadena like, man, if nigga get out, nigga move to Pasadena. Because that was like the suburbs to us.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Right,
big, beautiful houses, which they got historical houses down there, been out there for the 1900s. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what was some of your favorite moments as a kid?
Man, so for me, being from Pasadena is really like a pocket LA. So it got everything LA got just in its own pocket. We got a project called the Kings Manors, the Bottoms, the Snake Pits. It's a very heavily Damo populated area. So as a kid, I remember I was an athlete. So I remember a lot of Bloods. And I remember, a lot of them being family and all that. But a lot of Bloods, a lot of dope dealing, a lot of killing. But then you had something that a lot of hoods don't have, where you have that other side of town where it's rich white people. You know what I'm saying? So you got the Rose Bowl all the way on the other side of town where you got millionaires and people worth a bunch of money. So it's a really interesting microcosm of what you would get in Watts and Compton. But instead of having to drive all the way to Brentwood for that nice part of town, it's just on the other side of Pasadena, you know? So it's a great mix. That's why a lot of people from Pasadena, you know, flourish at different things, as we grew up in a really good mix of we see everything. It ain't just 100% poverty. Like you see everything.
Right. So I want to share some of this with you, man. So quick question. You know, because you one of them old Beijing light-skinned niggas, right?
Yeah.
So did you have them light-skinned problems growing up as a kid?
No, man. So my grandmother had 10 kids, 4 different baby daddies. So my aunties and uncles all look different. The first 4 is light-skinned, the traditional light-skinned look. They gangster than a motherfucker. Then my auntie Beth, you know, she got 10 brothers and sisters besides the ones that she got from her mother. Her dad had 10 more kids. They all in LA, South Central. You know what I'm saying? My auntie Beth is dark skinned. My auntie Margaret and Walter, they dark skinned. So my family is a mix. So I actually grew up in the family that will go upside your head. So we wasn't the light skin. I'm not the light skinned nigga with the fat white mama and the dark skinned daddy that be smelling like piss and be dirty. Like nigga, I grew up like y'all grew up. Yeah. So you know, I'm from that family. Everybody got them big families in their hood. Every hood got about 7, 8 big families where something happened, it's gonna make the whole hood go up. Yeah. I come from that type of family. So I ain't never been a victim, never will be. We come to see you how I was raised.
Hey, that part up.
Yeah.
Fuck with the light skin shit.
Yeah, straight out. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So again, growing up as a kid, like what were some of the things you would do then? Like,
so I was a hooper. I love hooping. I always been love bagging. That's one thing about being light skinned. You're gonna do a lot of bagging if you ain't no buster, because niggas gonna text you.
Hold on, pause for a second. Back that up. Explain that to TV land, because you using the terminological phrase that we used to do back in the days, and now today they call it something else, right?
They call it roasting now. Yeah.
What did you say? Bagging.
So bagging is basically we're just playing the dozens. Chicago, they call it signifying. They call it snapping in New York. We just call it bagging here. So if you're from any hood, it's a couple things you're gonna know how to do. You're gonna know how to snap. You're gonna be able to squabble. Don't mean you're gonna be the best squabbler, but you gotta fight. And then you're gonna be good at some type of sport. You know what I mean? Them is the 3 things you have when you don't have nothing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you had sports and you had interest in bagging.
Yeah.
What led you to the interest of bagging?
So I'm also a rapper. I was in entertainment. Rapping or MC was the first thing that I ever did in entertainment. So I was doing that for years. I had 5, 6 albums before I started telling jokes. But one time I threw a show at the Zen Lounge, and I put up my little bread and all that, and I got thousands of flyers, passed them out. I mean, I promoted like a motherfucker for this show. And on the day of the show, it was only like 10 motherfuckers at the show, but the motherfucker held like 1,000 people. So I was on stage getting tipsy. I was like, man, fuck these songs. I was just talking shit to the audience and roasting the audience, just having fun with them. And that's how I got into stand-up.
Okay, so you just took me from how you cut into actual stand-up.
Yeah.
But what was your childhood epiphany?
Okay.
Like what influenced you from that childhood stage?
Yeah.
Like basically like you seem like you was the cat, being that you knew you had tons of uncles, siblings in the family.
Yeah.
You had backup. So I'm gonna talk my shit. Win or lose, I'm gonna talk my shit. There's always them type of dudes in the hoods. That's gonna talk their shit because he know, nigga.
That's me.
I got backup. And not only that, I ain't no punk.
Yeah.
And I just like to play and laugh, right?
Yeah.
So when you was 8 or 9, what turned that on with it? What turned that button on, like to start just talking about this?
I was kicking it with my boy Elton, right? Elton is like 4 years older than me. Big homie Elton. Shout out to Elton. So, this is at the time, I think I was about 8 or 9. I had on some XJ 900s. I was dirty from playing, and I'm kicking it with these, 6th, 7th graders. I'm in 3rd grade. So they in the broads and shit. I'm not even, I'm not.
You just hit me with the XJ 900. Like I know what the freak that shit was.
It was the Payless Jordan. They look like Jordans, but they was $8. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, if the name they killed it though.
yeah. So I'm in the XJ 900s. I'm a little dirty from playing because you know when you're young, you get dirty when you play. You got mud and shit on you. And so Elton is out there with some of his other junior high buddies, but this is my big homie. He cut my hair. He be teaching me to do all type of shit, fight. You know, that's my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So they started bagging on me playfully.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this point, I knew what bagging was, but I didn't understand the art of it. I just thought it was how motherfuckers try to hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing, right.
So they bagging on me. And I don't know these other niggas that well. I know Elton because I live in apartment 187 over the pool. He lived directly across the other side of the pool.
And that was actually your apartment number?
187,
Straight
right?
murder.
Yeah. So
oh man, that's all.
So they get to bagging. They bagging on me, right? I'm damn near tears. I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers killed. Everybody laughing. So instead of shooting back, I say, you know what, man, fuck all this, nigga. I know what I'm gonna do. So I run up the steps to the apartment. I grab the biggest knife out the kitchen. I run back down the steps and I'm like, nigga, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So I grab the knife and then I go to start trying to chase motherfuckers with it. Elton grab me, take the knife, kind of put me in a little headlock. I'm like, look, nigga, this is what's going on. We just having fun. This ain't no personal shit.
Uh-huh.
This is what you do. Like, this is just fun. Just thinking some shit and say it. And then it just clicked. And from that day forward, nigga, I've been bagging ever since. You know what I mean?
Amazing. It just became like custom to you.
Yeah, it became fun. You know what I'm saying? And I done got served a whole lot of time. You can't be a good roaster unless you got served a lot growing up, because that's how you know. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's actually how you mold your style, hearing how a bunch of other niggas do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Elton, man. Hope all is well with you.
Right. Oh. Huh? You gotta leave?
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy, just bring him real quick to me. Real sec.
He's not feeling it in here. He crying. Come on.
Lance, what's going on, Lance TV Land? Part my soul, man. I just gotta grab my baby. What's up, Papa? Say, Papa. Say to Papa, man. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, baby. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, Papa. It's my first time holding TV Land.
Wow.
Here. Papa, I'm gonna see you later, okay? Okay? I love you. Okay.
Come on, cry baby. Come on, cry baby. Huh?
Hey, all that noise,
man. You big boy.
And we back, man. So yeah, TV Land. Stank, so you go?
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right, I love you. I'll call you when I'm done. All right. So see, yeah, so you got to get in your roast on at a young age, 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
And your boys told you that was the thing to do. That was what was happening right then. And it just became customary to you from there, right?
Yeah.
So let's say going into your junior high stage, the more and more you start doing it, I'm sure the better you start getting at it, right?
Right.
What was the moment what was your actual first performance then at a young age?
So, I was a basketball player growing up, and I was a really good basketball player, like top tier. So I think what honed it was talking shit on the court. Because I used to go to the park, from ages like 10 to 12, 13. And I was the little kid out there playing with grown men.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as basketball, I didn't play a lot of organized basketball growing up. I just was at the park every day. And so with me playing with grown men, they would talk shit to me. And that, I feel like, honed my roasting, because I would want to be able to talk shit back. And it just made me better at talking shit, just hooping and playing, talking shit with grown ass men,
Right.
So that's kind of, and then when I was smaller, I would have to talk a little shit in order to be able to execute some of the shit I would want to do on the court. You know what I'm saying? Distracting motherfuckers and just trying to get motherfuckers,
too.
And that's what gave me my psychological I'm glad you said it because a lot of people don't notice that. But you know, I be tapping in the nigga's psyche. I be paying attention. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying. So I tap into some shit. Like if you got some type of insecurity and you ain't keeping it real with yourself, I can figure that out. And that's gonna be laced in what I say to you at some point.
Let me
When
tell
I
you,
figure you out.
point out a great example to that of what you just said.
Yeah.
I just watched Dominoes for the first time, right? Funny comedy movie, man. And I remember when Baron Davis went into production to make that film because I was trying to get on cast of it, right? And Scruncho stole the movie.
Yeah, he did his thing.
Scrunch fucked it. He fucked over the whole. He stole that movie, man.
Yeah,
he stole that movie, man.
Yeah, that was his for sure.
And the cold part I remember distinctly when he was telling the little white kid, he said, "Hey, it's not about the numbers. See, you think it's the numbers.
Yeah.
It's about your mind.
That's real.
See, I get it in the motherfucker's mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's real true talk. And so in sports, that's what it's all about. It's about mind fucking. It's about psychology. On the football field, if I know I'm guarding a nigga, I'm finna wolf on him. I'm barking on him before he come off that line.
All day.
The fuck with his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
Linemen do it all day long on that line. They talking shit.
Yeah.
Nose going to the center, they talking shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a trip though, man. But so carry on.
Yeah, so that's kind of what got me understanding like the psychological shit. I be paying attention to niggas' facial expressions and you know, just all type of shit, body movements and you know what I'm saying? I just pay attention to all type of shit. And since I'm a person that feel like I'm real with myself, you know, I look in the mirror every day. I know I'm a little bit overweight and then I got allergies, a big ass nose, big ears, crooked bottom teeth. I'm not running from nothing that's pertaining to me and who I am.
Right.
You feel me? But
accept all that full on.
But a lot of motherfuckers ain't though.
Okay. They try to change it.
They
in
be
ways.
in full denial about where they are in life. It's like, how you gonna be in denial about reality, motherfucker? If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If you got it, you got it. You only know what you know. I ain't trying to act like I know more than I don't. I'm only just living in the moment and giving you my honest experience of me and you as we share the moment.
That part right there. Hey, man, for those who just now tapping in with us on this live, we're going to give you a couple more minutes. You tuned in, you tapped in to Rules of Engagement 24/14, man. Sitting right here on the red couch with your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappuccino, AK Bunny Hunter, BJ the Breezy, man. I got Craig Smith, man. Actor, writer, producer, comedian extraordinaire, man, in the game. Content creator, man. Yeah, we here, man. It's Friday. You niggas ain't got nothing to do. 80% of you niggas ain't got nothing to do.
Man.
Stay tuned in to us, man. We right here, man.
Oh.
So, okay, so look. What was your actual first show now in that era of your young stage?
Yeah.
When you can remember performing in for whether it was 20 people, 10 people, or a crowd, or an auditorium in school? What was your first show?
Let me see. The first time I got on stage, shit, that's a great question. I would have to say in 10th grade.
10th grade. Talent show?
The talent show.
Primarily because that's where it all started.
The church.
Oh, the church house.
Yeah.
You did your cut up.
Yeah. So the homie's like, let's do a rap at the church. So he had the bow down instrumental. Bow down. When we come to your town.
Bow down.
Yeah. So we did. And I freestyled the song, but that was my first time, you know, putting in a tape and grabbing a mic and doing it in front of people I didn't know.
And you said, "Oh, got this. This is me."
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was like, okay, cool.
So did you like the attention of the rush, like people watching you and just seeing you, you know, and you captivate them at that moment?
You know, I think for me, it's not necessarily the attention, even though the attention is a part of it. I just think it's just more the just the ability to express myself. It's just people who happen to be there because most of this journey, as you know, is free when you start, and ain't nobody there but you.
Right.
So for me, it's just more about the expression and the creative aspect of it, you know. Because I've been at this shit like since I was a kid, but officially since like 2001 when I stopped playing college ball and shit. For that first shit, nigga, 14, 15 years, it wasn't nobody paying attention. You feel me?
So let's mention in college ball. Let's jump real quick from we coming out of your adolescent stage as a kid and growing up as a child. You say you performed in your 10th grade year. You performed your first performance.
Yeah.
Before I lead out of high school to what led you to college, I want to go back for a second and explain to me coming out of those predominant Damu hoods, AK Blood hoods in Pasadena, and then you got the doo-wops, the doo-rocks, and you got the Altadenas down the block, you know, because it's all in the same perimeters primarily, but down from the freeway. How was it that you kind of escaped the gang culture and being recruited in? Because the typical story is, even though being a comedian, because we're gonna talk about Boo Capone, goofball, crazy ass in a minute. My God, Boo was a real banger back in the day, real beat dog with us. Feel me? Right. But now as a excellent, talented comedian / actor, you feel me? So, what was it that kept you from the gangs?
You know, so there's a couple things. I think it's a combination of like probably 7, 8 different things. The first thing would be my father, Smitty. Okay, my father, Smitty, my mother, Donna, and then sports.
Family values.
Yep. And then my parents would break up and get back together a lot. So in my childhood, it was real fragmented where I would live. Like, you know, my parents would break up. My mom would take us to Detroit. Pops would come get us in a year or two. Then we back out here. And we'll move to the IE or the West Covina or to Ontario or the Watts. Now we back in Detroit. So I was moving around a lot. And so that put me in a position where I had to develop my abilities to do certain things to stand out in order to be accepted in new environments. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing that allowed me to integrate no matter where I was basketball. And then it was the roasting. You know what I'm saying? Every school got a recess. Every playground got a basketball court. You know what I'm saying? So me, I went to like 4 or 5 different elementary schools. So as soon as I got to a new elementary school, where the court at? And then I'm out there murdering, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first way I kind of integrated into new places. So I don't know if I'm answering the question.
No, you're answering it to an extent, but at some point I know being around that culture, it had to come at you like
every day,
like because you were separating yourself basically. Because here it is, you playing sports and you're a jokey guy, so your crew was different, I'm sure, as opposed to it may be one guy out your crew who ended up drifting and started becoming a gangbanger. Because that's how it normally happens. So what poked you from not going that direction?
So I would say it's a mixture of all those things. Even though I culturally I identify with certain stuff and can relate to certain things, you know, like me being where I'm from, you know, I don't bang, but if I went to jail, everybody that would know me mostly would be Damu. So I probably would have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You know, but
through association.
Through association. But keep in mind, my brother-in-law is from Do-Rock Crip. And you know what I'm saying? That's family. You know what I mean? My father, even though we're from Pasadena, he's the generation above you. So he was in Pasadena when it wasn't no Bloods. So he got homies that's from everywhere. He don't see through the same lenses as say his brother that's 10 years younger.
Right.
That's a Damu, a reputable. You know, they outlook is completely different. You know what I'm saying? So it would be and then I have real ones around me, you know, real killers, real people that was involved in a whole lot of stuff.
Hey, it's real quick for me, man, because that's very, very interesting that you just brought that up. Very, very interesting, because those were the things that we had to go through as Black families who dealt with the gang culture at that time. Right. Like I got my family's from Hoover's, 107s. Then I got family from 5 Deuce Hoovers. But
me too.
Your family, you couldn't just congregate and bring your family in your neighborhood.
Right.
And just parlay and kick it as family because of the rules and the structure and the politics.
Right.
So I just staying where we at, but you just said how your pops and his little brother, 10 years apart, different dimensions in the mind frame because of the gang culture.
Right, completely different.
Break that down a little bit.
Like so, you said. You know, my pops he was born in 55, so he was in his prime in 70 like 74, 75. So, you know, when it comes to the organized gangbanging, his view of it is more Black centered and city centered, not specific street and neighborhood centered.